Saints, Psalm 81 is one of the readings this week in the lectionary, and it's a love song with a broken heart. God says, "Open your mouth wide and I'll fill it." It's the invitation of a father who wants his children to flourish, but Israel, as we know, wouldn't listen. They were wayward. They turned to their own stubborn ways, and here's what matters. God doesn't come across as a tyrant. He comes across as a lover. He's yearning, he's grieving, he's aching. Oh, that my people would listen to me, that Israel would walk in my ways. You can feel his longing, his pathos, because his desire was to bless them, to fight for them, to feed them, to satisfy them with the very best. At the end of the psalm, he says, "I would feed you with the finest wheat and with honey from the rock." Now, wheat becomes bread. So this is all about revelation. I'll feed you with the finest wheat, and with honey from the rock, I would satisfy you. What a picture. Honey from the rock. Sweetness and delight flowing from a hard and barren place. This isn't the only time God speaks that way. Remember Samson? He kills the lion and later finds the bees had built a hive in the carcass. Out of death came honey. He ate it and spoke a riddle. Out of the eater came something to eat. Out of the strong came something sweet. That was a signpost pointing to something greater. At Calvary, at the place of the skull, the Lion of Judah laid himself down. Christ, our rock, was struck. His body bore wounds. His side was pierced. It looked like defeat. It looked like the carcass of death. But out of his suffering came our sweetness. Out of his wounds came our healing. Out of his death came our life. Out of his strength poured out in weakness came the honey of forgiveness, the honey of joy, and the honey of the Spirit's presence. Think of it this way. The very rock that looked barren has become the rock that flows with honey. The very place that looked like ruin is the place where nourishment streams. That's the heart of God, not a tyrant, but a father who longs to give and a lover who longs to satisfy, even when his people go astray. Here's what that means for you and I. The hard places in our life, the barren places, the wounds we carry, those can become the very places where God surprises us with sweetness. Because Christ was struck for us, honey is still flowing from the rock. The invitation of the psalmist is for us to open our mouth wide, to open wide our life, to stop feeding on what leaves us empty and to let God fill us. Let him fight for us. Let him satisfy us with wheat, with the revelation from the word, and with honey, with the sweetness of overcoming. And we will taste that sweetness from the one who turned the cross into a place where love conquered death.